In our third and final video of this series, we'll be talking a little bit more about the reasons why our product photography might actually be turning customers away. And reason number 3 is because our customers can't always see those details that make our product great. Some of you have some wonderful detailed products for sale, but you've got to photograph those details so that customers are convinced that they need your product. This is especially true if you sell handmade products, because those details are what customers love about handmade. They love the things that make your product stand out, make it unique, and make it different from those that are mass produced. Here's an example of a handmade pouch, and we have a very close-up photo here, and we've focused in on a few areas that the customer needs to see. First of all, the stitching is very important for the customer to see. Also, the great illustrations on these buttons, that's very unique and different, and so that's been photographed very close. And then also this handwriting that the artist did on this pouch. And so these are some examples of the details that make this product great. Also, we need to make sure that we show multiple photo angles of our products. We want to imagine the customer in a physical store, and if they were looking at a product to buy, they would pick it up, they would look at it from all angles, they would make sure that it fit them or that they could use it, and we want to try to recreate that situation with our multiple photo angles. Some examples here from this Etsy seller we have showing both the front and the back and the inside, and even in use we can see this iPad that slips inside the iPad cover, and that's an important shot as well. In fact, one of the most important shots here of these 4 would probably be the in-use photo, and we've already talked about that in an earlier video. But all of these angles will convince the customer of the quality of this product because they can see all the different sides of it, and so those multiple photo angles are really important. We also want to make sure that we upload a photo that's large enough so that the customer can zoom in to view the details. For example, when you upload a photo to Etsy, Etsy will reduce it for the listing page, but the customer has the opportunity to click to zoom in and see the product photo even closer. Sometimes if you are looking at an online listing and you expect to be able to click to zoom, and sometimes the seller didn't upload a larger shot and you're stuck with that original shot there, and it can be discouraging because a lot of times people like to see those close-up details, and if you've uploaded a small photo, then they might be disappointed. Here's an example of a large photo that's the optimal large size that could be uploaded to the website to sell it, and it's just a great large photo. This is an example of that same photo but just a smaller resolution, and this is what not to do. So we want to avoid using the smaller photo. Upload as large as you can depending on the limitations of your selling venue, and allow those customers to zoom in and see those details. We also want to use close-up shots whenever we can. This is a very close shot and very sharp of this little merry-go-round. We focused in on the little man, which is one of the details that makes this merry-go-round unique. And notice that some of the product is not even visible in this shot. It's just focused in on that one little part. And so that's an effective thing that you can do with your product photography to show those details. So let's review the things in this video series. First of all, we talked about showing our customers the details so that they can imagine themselves using that product in their own situation. We talked about putting our products in the best lighting, using natural lighting and reflectors in our home or studio to bring even more lighting into the setup. And then we talked about the product details and showing them to the customer so that they will be convinced that they need to buy. If you're struggling with any of these things in these videos that we've talked about, I encourage you to consider making some improvements to your product photography. I'm sure you're probably eager, and that's why you've watched this video series, because you're wanting to make improvements. And I have something that might help you even more, and that is the DIY Product Photography Workshop. It can help you take better product photos. Yes, you, even you that might think that you don't have expensive camera, you don't have expensive equipment, and you can't capture those product photos like you want to. But this workshop is designed for you, for those of you who take your own product photos and want to improve them. First of all, we have 6 modules in this workshop. It's jam-packed with all kinds of things. It has text lessons, it has video, screencasts, worksheets, and ways that you can see examples of great product photography and links to other resources that will really help you. First of all, we could evaluate your current photo process. We want to do that before we can work on improving it. We want to choose an effective photo background. Sometimes it's hard to tell what to use for a background, and this module will show you how to do that. One that's a favorite of most of these students who take the course is the styling part. This is especially important if you are interested in using some props and styling and making your product look even more effective. Solving those lighting troubles, that's another section of this workshop. Some of you struggle with that, and you've shared those things with me, and you've said, listen, I need help with my lighting. Maybe you live in a certain part of the country where lighting is scarce certain times of the year, and you want some tips about that. Also, editing those photos. Some of you are great at this, and some of you need some help, and so this module will cover some details with different software and tools to show you how to edit your product photos effectively. And then one of the most fun parts of this workshop is actually using photo collages to create, to use on social media. And we all know that social media is a big way to sell more products because social media is a great place to show those product photos. And so learning how to create collages and put your photos with text on top and those type of things, that's a lot of fun and a fun part of this workshop. In the button below, you will be able to click to learn even more about this workshop, find out about the pricing and ways that you can actually get involved with this and make even more improvements to your product photography. Even if you're not interested in the workshop or you're not interested right now, I hope that the videos in this series have really helped you and that you can take something away from this that you can learn from and make some improvements. And if you are interested in the workshop, please click that button below and learn more and get involved by making your product photography even better, which will help you sell more products. Thanks for watching.